Well, Congress turned into Santa Claus again. Actually, yesterday they just made it easier than ever for small businesses to get a grant. Yeah, that's right. And it's up to like maybe $10,000 to almost $10 million. They're giving out grants to business, and this is what's interesting. They still have over $300 billion. No, I'm sorry, it's 130 billion. They're still trying to give out. Remember the PPP? This was a couple of weeks ago. They were giving out money, the Paycheck Protection at the SBA, and like in 13 days they went through all the money. Well, now they reloaded the funding, and they still have over $100 billion left. Now what they did, see, you had to spend to get it forgiven. See, what this was a loan that they forgive if you spend it on employees or your rent and certain items. Yeah, but you had to do it like within 2 months, and the 2 months is almost up. And nobody can spend all that money yet. So they extended it. So now you have until the end of the year to spend the money. So this, I think, is probably the easiest money for small businesses to get grant money, in big numbers too, than ever. And there's $100 billion sitting there, and this is the Bloomberg story on it. And actually, if you have to pay it back, so you can't use it all on what they want you to use it for, like rent and employees, and then they're trying to do it a lot of other things. So what's left, they only charge you 1% interest. Now, where the heck are you going to get a 1% interest loan for business? This is something you want no matter what. You can take that money and put it somewhere and probably get 2% and make money on that. So that's why it's crazy. It takes some effort because you go to the SBA, and it's sba.gov, and look for the PPP, Payment Protection Plan, and they have the information there, but you also have to work through a bank. So now I think the best way the banks to work through is what's called a community banks. Now, these are small banks. You don't get tied up in these Fortune 500 Wall Street people that want to make just money off the interest or whatever the hell they do. These are local banks that are really more interested in you, I believe. Now, I may be biased, and there's probably some bad banks too, and there's probably some good big banks. So nothing's perfect, but these are the places to start, I think. And actually, even PayPal helps you get the loan too. So that's it. See, these are non-bank banks. So if you're not a fat cat with a big account in some bank, you can't get your phone answered. So these community banks are a lot better, to use. And remember, so you could get a loan and have it forgiven, and you could, as long as you spend it on certain, employees and mortgage or rent or whatever, by the end of the year. Before, it was only 2 months you had to spend it. So now you have till the end of the year. And that's pretty cool. And it's also 1% interest. If you don't spend it all on that, then you have to pay the rest of it back at 1%. Where the heck are you going to get that? That's why the government has deals that you'll never see anywhere else in the world. But they don't advertise as much. Maybe this has been pretty much advertised, but there's so much. And the Congress was trying to make sure people knew about it so they could get reelected. This is why they do this stuff, so they can get reelected. If they help you get this money or whatever, you're going to vote for that son of a gun no matter what they do. And that's what I try to do with Let's Go Help, is show people these kinds of programs. So fat cats are the first in line for this. So what they try to do in the second glob of money that's giving out is trying to get rid of these fat cats. So if you're a publicly held company, you get money somewhere else, you can't get this anymore. In the first group, you could have, and they sucked up it all, and some of them gave it back, which is nice. And that's what happens. See, the big guys figure out, and they're the first in line. And that's what I'm trying to do, is get the average person to be the first in line. That's where you want to be.